You're listening to the Comenian's Feature 5. I'm your host, Lola Offenback, and today we will be recapping the top 5 articles from this edition. As is true for every institution of higher education, the Moravian campus community finds itself grappling with how to use artificial intelligence both helpfully and ethically. Managing editor Lola Offenback, hey, that's me, reported on the ways that AI is being used on campus and got many different responses. Kayla Beige, class of 2025, said she uses AI to brainstorm sections of her papers. She also shared that she searches for new recipes using AI. Paige Hunter, class of 2026, who's majoring in early education and special education, said, I use AI in my education classes just to give me an outline or rough draft of what I want to lay out for my papers. I use it as a helpful tool, so if there's a question or prompt I don't understand, I type that and go from there, said Alexis Coleman, class of 2027. Faculty and staff also shared how they use AI. Samuel Rhodes, assistant professor of political science, shared that he does allow his students to use AI when coding in his special topics course focused on quantitative political analysis. He also shared that he uses AI when developing the coding used in the course. He said, I developed a program for the course, but I originally wrote it in a different programming language and asked AI to translate it. Senior Career Development Strategist Kelly Gallagher gave some recommendations for students using AI for career development and job searching. She said that students can feed AI questions about available jobs in certain metropolitan areas and what sorts of jobs you can get with a specific degree. She also said that students can compare their resume to job descriptions to see what skills they have that align with a position and to pull out keywords to incorporate into a cover letter. However, Gallagher advised against feeding AI interview questions during job interviews during a phone call or Zoom interview. Next, assistant editor Logan Palau covered a Friday forum event hosted by Moravian's Center for Inclusive Excellence, aka the CIE office. This forum took place on Zoom and provided a space for the campus community to process and respond to President Donald Trump's new executive orders. The conversation was facilitated by Associate Director for Equity and Inclusion, Michelle Rios-Arac, and Associate Director of Admissions for Inclusive Excellence, Karina Fuentes. First, the facilitators posed the question, what emotions have you experienced in response to these executive orders, and how have you managed them? Most attendees felt the same way. They were frustrated that others voted for Donald Trump. Others stated that they felt betrayed by loved ones, people they went to church with, colleagues, and even friends for their decisions this election cycle. The next question posed was, what kind of support have you found helpful during this time? Several people said that they were leaning on their fellow faculty for support. There were people in attendance who suggested activities such as reading or walking in nature to take their minds off of the news. And the forum concluded with the facilitator sharing resources and reminders to stay present and be mindful of your feelings. On Saturday, February 8th, the Center for Inclusive Excellence sponsored a day-long trip to Washington, D.C., where students got to visit the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Comenian reporters Fatima Bori and Liana Centrone got to travel with the CIE office and report on their experiences. Each floor featured detailed galleries on media arts, community, culture, and history. The lower-level history galleries provided a walkthrough of slavery, segregation, and a changing America. On the second floor, the Explore More section consisted of interactive learning activities for students to participate in. Floor 3 featured community galleries of remarkable innovations, sports, and the African American military experience. And finally, the fourth floor included a scenic panorama of the National Mall and the visual art and musical Crossroads galleries. Members of Moravian's Amrhein Investment Club shared investing advice for students who are just starting out their journeys to financial literacy and independence in Lola Offenback's latest article. There are different types of investment accounts that students can open, such as retirement and IRA accounts and brokerage accounts. With retirement accounts, you typically can't withdraw any growth until you reach a certain age, somewhere around 65 years old, or retirement. Brokerage accounts do not have this same requirement, and you can withdraw your funds at any time. Some well-known and recommended companies to open investment accounts with are Vanguard, Charles Schwab, and Fidelity, which Gavin Wagner recommends. Students can also consider investing through a robo-advisor such as Acorns. However, these are more controversial. Cale Markle, class of 26, and Amrhein Investment Club's small-cap fund manager, shared that this is how he first started investing, But Gavin Wagner, class of 27, the president of Amrhein Investment Club, said that he doesn't recommend robo-advisors. Instead, Wagner said that students should consult a financial advisor, follow credible sources to keep up with market trends, and speak to faculty and staff with financial backgrounds to learn more. When choosing what to invest in, Wagner suggests considering companies whose products you use and that are popular, such as Apple or Sony. Markle recommends index funds and ETFs. If students notice their investments are dropping in profits, Wagner and Markle say not to panic. Instead, they recommend analyzing the market. Selling too soon could mean losing your money, Markle said. The Amrhein Investment Club is now hosting personal finance meetings after their primary meetings on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. in room 121 in the Sally. This past winter break, the Moravian swim team dove headfirst into a Florida training trip, with 2 daily 2-hour practices. It was more intense than their normal training, with practices reaching distances of 12,000 yards. This year, the team stayed at a residence in Pompano Beach, where they had access to the beautiful beach right in their backyard. When it was time to practice, the swim team either went to Houston Sworn Aquatic Center or Pompano Aquatic Center. At Pompano Aquatic Center, they were extra challenged by swimming in a professional training long course pool. Since most of the team had never been on a training trip, this was a very exciting experience for all of the members. Coach Matt Easterday explained that this trip was important to bring the team together. While they were training hard in the pool, they were also bonding together as a team, whether it be through tanning at the beach, coming together to make dinner, or channeling their inner child and playing Marco Polo in the pool. The swim team's looking for new members, so if you have experience and are interested in joining, you can reach out to Coach Matt Easterday at easterdaym@moravian.edu. To read further about any of these stories, visit Comenian.org and be sure to follow our Instagram @thecomenian. Thanks for listening.